Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name's Azam. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button for anything to do with the new Audi A3, S3, potentially RS3 8Y generation. We've got the most videos across YouTube helping you to figure out what's the best things to spec and what to look out for when you're ordering your car. In this video, we're going to be looking at the advanced key, basically keyless entry, and the power tailgate and how that works. If you're in the UK and you've got a saloon and you've ordered this, make sure you pay attention to the end. I'll tell you how you can claim £250 back off Audi for another mishap they've done. So we're going to be showing you exactly how the keyless entry works, how you unlock the car, how you lock the car, what menus you have within the MMI to control the aspect, how the power tailgate works. We'll cover off the pros and cons behind each one. So one of the most obvious ones is vehicle theft. And that's a nice little segue into today's sponsor, Key Protect Pro, who've been kind enough to send us out some Faraday devices, which actually help reduce the vehicle theft associated with keyless entry. We'll touch on that a little bit later on, but for now, let's crack on and show you how it works. Right guys, so we'll start off with unlocking the car. Really nice and simple. Put the key in your pocket or your bag, wherever you have it. Walk up to the car, hand behind the handle, and you can see the indicators came on and the car unlocked. Really nice and simple. Now to lock the car, even more simple, is there's a little indent here, and all you do is place your finger on it and you could hear the car's locked, right? So nice and simple, it's locked. Really convenient. Now what we'll do is show you how the power tailgate works. Right guys, so on the saloon it's a power latch release, that's what I like to call it. We'll touch on that in a second. On the Sportback it's actually a fully operating power tailgate in terms of it opens electronically and closes electronically. So what we'll do is quickly show you how it works on the saloon. I'll throw a clip in after showing you how it works on the Sportback. But what I want to do right now is just show you how to use the kick swipe action and use it properly. It took me a while to figure it out. But the key thing is when you do the kicking movement towards the middle of the car, step back. So I'll just show you how that works. Obviously have the key on you. So what you want to do, walk up to the car like you've got something in your hand. Do a really quick motion. Remember to step back. So let's just give that a go. Right, so you saw that, it was a really quick kick. Right guys, this is where it now gets interesting. So I'm just going to do a kicking motion and you'll hear what happens here. So there you would have heard the latches opening. So that's because this is a spring-loaded boot, right? So let me just close it again for a second. Just like on a car on a saloon without advanced key or keyless entry or a power tailgate, this is the exact same behavior. Double tap the boot opening and that happens on a saloon, right? Now if it was truly power operated, as the description would have you believe, then automatically as I do a foot swipe, or if I press it by the key, or if I press it by the button inside the car, which I'll show you in a second, what will happen is it should automatically close. So long story short, if you've got a vorsprung saloon or you've spec'd this up as a optional upgrade on a saloon ordered before May 2021, what you can do is actually claim £250 back as a goodwill gesture. So that literally came from me arguing the fact that the website wording's incorrect and they're like really lazy. Those of you who've looked at the Audi configurator will know that their wording's all over the place. But anyway, nonetheless, if you went back and looked in black and white, it did say your boot on your saloon would close automatically. So I'll show you what that looks like on the Sportback when it does it. But if you guys want £250 back, hit me up on the email or DM and I'll send you across the email trail where I got that. So now I'll show you how to operate the boot lid from the inside. Again, related to the power tailgate, you have this button over here. So again, on my vorsprung saloon, all it does is open it. I'm assuming if you've got the Sportback where it is a genuine power tailgate, what you're able to do is then pull this again and it should shut it. Whereas again on the saloon, as I showed, you could probably hear it there in the background. It's just opening the latch multiple times. So on to this next section, a few of you asked what were the controls, could you actually turn this on and off? Because like we'll touch on in a few moments, it is actually can be seen as potentially an undesirable feature having keyless entry into your car. So the settings on the MMI is if you go into car, then into settings and service, go down to central locking, scroll down. You can see here you've got open with convenience key, and when you turn it off, basically it'll stop working like keyless entry, and also the kick swipe action will stop as well, so you won't be able to open the boot by placing your foot underneath. So now let's talk about some of the advantages and the disadvantages. So the first advantage is obviously the convenience aspect. You don't have to worry about where you're putting your key. It can be on your person, in your bag, etc. It's really nice, really convenient when you want to quickly unlock the car, jump in and just drive. The second advantage is obviously I've actually found that kick swipe motion really good when you're opening the boot. Hands full of stuff, really nice. Don't have to worry about where the key is, don't have to put your luggage down. You can just pretty much open the boot, pop it in, job done. That leads us nicely onto some of the disadvantages with it now. The first one being, as I touched on, if you've got the saloon, you're not going to be able to automatically close the tailgate. But like I said, there's a £250 compensation available. Reach out to me on email or DM me on Instagram, etc. and I'll share the email trail with you guys. The second disadvantage that I've noticed is the battery life on the key fob. So I've had this car around 4 months now, and already the low battery warning lights keeps coming up, so I've had to change the battery. Now this is probably because a keyless entry fob is probably constantly emitting signals, even if it is in a low power mode compared to a normal key fob. Now the reason is because obviously as you walk close enough to the car, you want to automatically unlock the car, right, without having to faff around with the key and wake it up. So it's always in a low power state. But again, I had an edition one before this for 6 months, never had to change the battery on that because it didn't have keyless entry, whereas this 4 months in have had to do that. And the third disadvantage, by no means a new one, keyless entry has been around for a very long time now, is keyless entry theft. So what this involves is, let's just say you park your car up in a driveway and you basically go inside and leave your keys, let's just say in the hallway somewhere, right? So, I mean, naturally you'd assume that's safe. I mean, it's far enough, the keys won't actually unlock the car from there, because you do actually have to be probably, I say, within half a meter of the car for it to unlock and pick you up. So what criminals do is actually turn up to your driveway. So they probably would have scanned around a few days or nights before seeing, okay, you've got a really nice car here, and it's a keyless entry one. So Range Rovers are really hot for this type of theft. And what happens is they'll see where you live and they'll come to your front door, and using some special kit basically carry out a repeater hack, which what they do is they'll go to as close to your house as they can get, so maybe the letterbox, etc., put a piece of kit there, and what that will do is retransmit the signal from your key, because it's now close enough to get to your key, retransmit that back to your car. So in fact, it's repeating the signal, extending the signal. And what the criminal is able to then do is just literally go and unlock the car like I showed you earlier, put your hand in, unlock it. And once they've done that, it's not that much more work to actually turn the car on and take it away. So now you're probably wondering, how do I stop this, right? So that's where the Faraday boxes and the likes of Key Protect Pro come in and help you guys out. So worth saying, everything I'm about to show you now, there is a 10% code off, so use the code CRD10 and you'll get 10% off Key Protect Pro's website for these things. The first one is the premium Faraday box, really nice leathery suede material. Simply just open the box, guys. So when you're home, imagine you're back in your house, pop the key in, and there. And immediately what happens is it jams the signal, right? So just to demonstrate this, whilst the key's in this box, I'm going to try to start the car and let's see what happens. See, so it thinks the key's not even in the car. What they also sell is a cheaper alternative, so it's like a little pouch, and to be honest, I use this one as more of a travel pouch. So when I go to relatives' houses or other places, etc., this pouch becomes invaluable. So what you have to do is actually place the key within the second pouch at the back. That's the one that's lined. So you can see the keys in my hand here, and if I press the start button, the car's pretty much started up, right? It's nice and easy. Now what I'll do is just pop it in that pouch. So you get the idea, whenever you pull up to a friend's driveway, etc., just keep this pouch handy. And now what you'll see is in there. Again, it's lost track that the key's even in the car, right? So keeping this inside your house, inside these pouches, will stop those repeater attacks. So that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you found it useful. Let us know in the comment section down below if you've spec'd this on your car and what are your thoughts on it. Is it worth the optional upgrade, or for us it was just something like, oh, it's added bonus that you get with the vorsprung, so it was a good thumbs up from us on that aspect. Also, if you are looking for the Faraday pouches or the boxes, etc., be sure to check out Key Protect Pro, links in the description, and use the code CRD10 for 10% off. Make sure you give this one a thumbs up, and if you want more discounts, etc., let us know down below and we'll work with other companies as well. But thank you again to Key Protect Pro, and guys, we'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching.